The other place that you can use a cooked onion is for a boil. A lady told me about this. She had a boil on her back and she told her friend and she said, we need to cook up an onion. See, an onion is a drawer. And she put the onion straight onto the boil. Obviously she waited till it wasn't going to burn her, but it was still quite hot. And then she put that plastic square over again if you don't want plastic on the skin, and I can understand that. You can put a wool there because wool will insulate. And then she taped it on. And she left it there for 24 hours. And when she took it off, everything came out. She said she's never had a boil resolve so quickly. So what the heat does, it draws it to a head, and the onion's drawing it to a head, and then it all comes out. She was very impressed. So the cooked onion can be used on an earache, and the cooked onion can be used for a boil. Once you've used the onion, you must discard it because it does draw poisons into it, so it needs to be thrown out. Now we're going to look at the raw onion. There's a couple of places you can use the raw onion, and one is for a sore throat. Now if you want to tell a friend about this because maybe they've got a sore throat, they can go to YouTube and Google Barbara O'Neill, and there is a onion natural remedies lecture there, poultices. So for the sore throat, you finely slice the onion into a few slices, and what we do is if the sheets get old, you just tear up the sheets, and then you put this sliced onion on the cloth, and you fold the cloth over and then fold it back over, and then that will go around the throat like that, and then you can wrap a scarf around it, nice woolly scarf, and you can go to sleep with that, and it'll bring relief to the sore throat. I think we all know that when you cut up an onion, you're likely to cry, is that right? So that's a clear indication that that onion juice is very good at breaking up mucus on the chest, in the throat, in the head. And what I'm going to do now might surprise you. I'm going to put the onion on the bottom of the feet. So why do we put the onion on the bottom of the feet? We put the onion on the bottom of the feet because the bottom of the feet, or the feet I should say, are a reflex for the chest. And we're going to put the onion on the bottom of the feet for if someone has a bad cough in the night. And I'm going to use a plastic bag. Now at Misty Mountain we buy boxes of starch bags, so they're made out of starch, and that would be the best. Now if you don't have starch bags, you can certainly use a cloth. So you might use a cloth, put the onion like that and put it in the bag, and then what you do is you put your foot on the onion like that, and then you twist it around and put a sock on. So the bottom of the feet is touching the onion, and then you put a sock on and it holds it in place. Now my grandson, he was 3 at the time, I was visiting my daughter and he had a bad cough, and she gave him a hot bath, which always eases the cough, and put him to bed, and he was coughing and coughing and coughing and coughing. And we thought he'll be asleep in a minute, but he kept coughing and coughing. So after half an hour I said to Em, let's do the onion. So we got him up, we chopped up an onion and put half the onion chopped up on one foot and half on the other foot, and put him to bed. Not one more cough. It's almost unbelievable. You almost have to do it to believe how incredible it is. Not one more cough for the whole night with the onion on the bottom of his feet. So that's great for a night cough.